I am shocked by how incredible this series is so far. I mean, I was looking forward to Bad Buddy, but I didn't expect it to be this good. Since I didn't get a chance to read the book beforehand, I wasn't totally sure what I was getting into. My expectations were based on the teasers and some reviews of the novel I had seen. Every review I saw said the book was good. The teasers interested me, so I was intrigued, but the plot and the trailers looked basic. So, although I was anticipating the series, I didn't think it would blow me away like other BLs released this year, for example 1000 Stars. But it has completely proven me wrong. Basic plots can be amazing if done right, and Bad Buddy so far is incredible. It's easy to follow, the plot is not overwhelming because, as I said, it is a bit basic, but at the same time it's so emotional, has tons of backstory build-up and comedy, and of course it's got my love Zome and Nanon. Bad Buddy is literally everything I want in a series. I haven't posted on this channel since January, and this show is what inspired me to come back. I've watched 4 BLs this year. This is the only one that got me off my ass to make a video. That's pretty incredible. Now, I want to quickly explain something before I start. As I just said, I haven't made a video in a very long time. I haven't watched or read anything BL in a long while. I'm a little rusty. If this video is not like my usual style, if it's a little messy, I apologize. I need to ease my way back into things over here. I want to get back to posting since I missed all of you so much. I'm gonna talk about each of the characters first, and then I'll get into my thoughts on the show as a whole. Let's go.
มึงกินเสร็จยังเสร็จแล้วฮะกลับห้องไม่ได้หรอกูยังกลับห้องไม่ได้อ่ะกูต้องรอพากลับมาก่อนถึงจะเข้าห้องตัวเองได้หวังว่าปราณคงไม่ใจร้ายกับพี่พัดจนต้องให้พี่พัดไปนอนรออยู่ข้างนอกนะจ๊ะออกไปนะออกไปนะออกไปนะใครบอกมึงเหรอพวกมึงทำมีแล้วมึงน่ารักอ่ะนี่ไงมึงพูดอยู่นี่ไงได้ผลปะล่ะอยู่ไปแต่มึงต้องล้างจานให้กูด้วยแล้วที่สำคัญนะห้ามแตะต้องของอะไรในห้องกูเด็ดขาดเข้าใจไอ้ลักยิ้ม
Pan is a really interesting character to me, and that's why Nanon is the perfect actor to portray him. Some of his most powerful and important scenes are silent. You get to know everything Pan is thinking by his face. Nanon is one of the best actors I've ever seen. I've talked about him a handful of times on this channel already. I absolutely adore him. Nanon is doing an incredible job bringing Pan to life. He is such a skilled actor. I have cried for and along with him so many times already, and we're only on episode 6. I think all the characters in the series are very well written, even down to their majors. BLs set at universities don't always seem to put much thought into the studies of the characters. They just throw a major out there, usually engineering, and that's that. But Pan and Pat's choices of study are really reflected in their characters' personalities. Pan is so cautious. He thinks everything through. He doubts himself a lot. He had liked Pat for years and he didn't really act on his feelings at all. Pat is basically the exact opposite.
ตั้งใจซ้อมนะแพ้วิดบ้ามารอบนี้ไม่มีข้ออ้างนะเว้ยดูมึงมีความสุขเนาะเวลาได้แข่งอะไรกับคุณมึงก็เหมือนกันหรือเปล่าล่ะกูชอบเห็นหน้ามึงเวลาที่มึงแพ้กูตั้งใจซ้อมนะ
I actually really respect Pat. I wish I was more like him. I am more of a Pan in real life. I overthink everything. But Pat seems like such a go-with-the-flow type of person, which, as I mentioned earlier, is so fitting for his choice and major. He gets an idea and has to test it out. He acts on his feelings immediately. When he thought he might have a crush on Pan, he jumped right into finding out if it's true or not, testing out his jealousy over Pan, the hand touching, etc. And when he finally realized his feelings, he didn't deny it or go through a stage of self-hatred, but you could see his fear and confusion. Om is also a fantastic actor. I've also talked about him on here before. I've told you all I'm a huge fan of him. He's proving why he's one of my top favorite actors in this series.
เป็นไรวะมึงจะพึ่งงี่เง่าตอนนี้ได้ไหมพัดแล้วทำไมวะทำไมกูจะงี่เง่าไม่ได้กลัวมันรู้เหรอแคร์มันมากเหรอเฮ้ยมึงเสือกอะไรกับเพื่อนกูนะแล้วมึงเสือกอะไรเรื่องของกูกับมันแล้วมึงมีเรื่องอะไรกับมันวะบอกเขาไปดิเชี่ยพัดมึงเป็นเชี่ยอะไรของมึงเนี่ยฮะงี่เง่าตอนนี้ได้ไหม
มึงอยากรู้นะเหรอไอ้พัดทำไมเป็นเชี่ยอะไรทำไมกูจะพูดไม่ได้เฮ้ยบอกไปดิมึงเชี่ยเลยวะจะคุยอะไรเฮ้ยเชี่ยพัดมึงหยุดมึงก็หยุดด้วยกลับไปก่อนไปกูบอกให้กลับไปก่อน
Okay, I have a lot to say about why I love his character, but I also hate him. I dunno. I have seen many comments that say they don't like him and he's getting in the way of all the Pan and Pat scenes. He is. But it's necessary and for good reason, I think. At least from his perspective, it's a good thing. Y has been bullied, tormented and humiliated by Pat and his little gang. If I were him, I would act exactly the same, if not worse. I don't know about y'all, but I wouldn't want someone that has bullied me so horribly to be anywhere near my best friend. My instinct would be to protect the people I love. Y knows what the engineering kids are capable of and is trying to make sure that doesn't happen to his friend. He is extremely loyal and caring. He's a ride or die. I like Y's presence in the series. And we have to remember he doesn't know anything about Pan and Pat's history. He doesn't know what they have going on. Of course he would get between them. In his mind, Pat is nothing but a bully out to hurt the architecture students. But kid's got some serious anger issues. His temper is so bad. Like, I understand not liking Pat and his friends because of how they treated him. But he wants to fight every 5 seconds. Even if Pat is just standing there, he wants to throw a punch. He doesn't have patience with any of the engineering students. Which I kinda understand, cause I also have some issues with grudges. But why turn situations into something they never needed to be? He doesn't handle his anger in a mature way, but at the same time neither does Pat's friends. Honestly, the gangs annoy me a lot, they all need to relax a bit. Y and the rest of the students add drama to the series, so I'm not mad that they are here. They add to the enemies to lovers plot. It's not only their families against them anymore, they are gonna have to hide from their best friends as well. It's interesting, I can't lie, even if they get on my nerves a little. At least he helped Pat realize he was jealous. He's at least good for that if you don't agree with my other points. I love messy characters, sorry.
กูจะไปเข้าใจมึงได้ยังไงเนี่ย
มึงก็ไม่ต้องเข้าใจกูดิ เพราะกูก็ไม่ได้อยากให้มึงมาเข้าใจเหมือนกัน
กูไปเคลียร์กับอิงมาแล้วนะ กูไม่ได้ชอบอิงว่ะ
ยังไงวะ
มึงไม่ต้องเข้าใจกูหรอก เพราะกูก็ไม่ได้อยากให้มึงเข้าใจกูเหมือนกัน
กูว่าแล้ว คนอย่างมึงอะจีบใครไม่ติดหรอก
เพราะคนเก่ง กูก็ไม่เคยเห็นมึงจีบใครติดเหมือนกัน
และไอหมาตัวไหนอะมันตามกูมาจากกรุงเทพไม่ได้ตามมาง้อกูมั้ง
แล้วไอ้ตัวไหนวะมึงไม่ยอมคุยกับกูทางค่ายเลยแปลว่าอะไรนะ ไม่ได้สับสนเรื่องกูเลยมั้ง
ทำไมมึงแม่งปากแข็งจังวะ
มึงชอบกูแล้วอ่ะ มึงก็บอกมาดิ
กูไม่ได้ชอบมึง
มึงอะชอบกู
มึงต่างหากที่ชอบกูมองจากดาวอังคารยังรู้เลย มึงชอบ
ได้ งั้นมาแข่งกัน กูจะจีบมึงให้ดู จะให้มึงงงหัวไม่ขึ้นเลย
กูอะจะทำให้มึงต้องคลานเข่ามาบอกชอบกูเลย
คนอย่างมึงอะนะ จีบง่ายจะตาย
ทำให้ได้ก่อนแล้วค่อยมาพูด
The story is great. Enemies to lovers tropes always interest me, but sometimes it gets too toxic for me to fully support the couple. I don't wanna see someone get with their bully. Like if the main couple was Y and Korn, I would just, no. But Pat and Pan grew to dislike each other because of their environment and being told to hate each other by their families and friends. It's way more interesting and realistic to me that way. The delivery is very natural and real, and that's what makes me love it so much. I feel everything the characters are feeling. Omen Nanon's acting really tells the story beautifully. Their chemistry is so incredible, I can't even count the amount of times I got goosebumps. The way they look at each other, the facial expressions especially from Nanon, I can't get over it. Their chemistry shines in their eye contact. It's more powerful than their dialogue. I love the pacing of the series so much. They don't drag the plots per episode, and that works perfectly for the enemies to lovers trope. They are progressing more every episode at a pace that isn't too fast or too slow. I was very happy the kiss scene in episode 5 came fairly early, since that conversation didn't change their relationship status. It created a really interesting dynamic, where they have an idea of each other's feelings but haven't technically truly confessed yet. And that brings us to something like episode 7. The bet was interesting and gave us scenes full of tension that kept us on the edge of our seat waiting to see what was gonna come next. And then it ended in a beautiful way without any stupid unnecessary drama. All in one episode. No dragging this on for half the series. It's so good. The soundtrack is lovely too. Just Friends is a beautiful song. Nanon sings it perfectly. I've been obsessed with the song since it came out. The music fits the storyline and atmosphere so well.
รอขึ้นรถกันหมดแล้ว
เดี๋ยวรถมาแฟนกูก็คงเดินมาตามเองแหละมั้ง
ใครแฟนมึงรถมาแล้ว5 ทีเราก็ออกแล้ว
งั้นกูก็ยังพอมีเวลาจีบมึงอยู่ดิอ้ามอร่อยนะเว้ยไม่เอาจริงเหรออ้ามอยากกินดิยอมเป็นแฟนกูก่อนดิ
มึงจะเล่นอย่างนี้ใช่ไหมอร่อยจริงด้วยไปก่อนนะครับเพื่อน
ตรงหน้าผากขึ้นผมตรงหน้าผากตรงหน้ามานี่ไกลไป
สบายหน้าดีว่ะ
มึงอยู่นิ่งๆได้ไหม
โอ๊ยเกือบเข้าตากูแล้วไหม
ก็กูบอกให้อยู่นิ่งๆเป็นไงแต่ปะล่ะ
ไม่แสบเลยว่ะ
มึงแต่งหน้าหนาอะไรขนาดนี้วะเนี่ยก็กูหล่ออ่ะมึงก็เข้าใจเลยผิดปะวะถ้ามึงหล่ออ่ะเขาก็ต้องแต่งมึงน้อยๆดิไอ้เนี่ยแต่งหน้าซ่า
เกี่ยวอะไรวะ
เกี่ยวแสดงว่าหนังหน้ามึงไม่ดีไง
กูหล่อไง
กูขอซื้อต่อความมันหน้าของมึงแล้วเหรอเหี้ยอะไร
รักยิ้มมึงอะน่ารักดีเนาะ มึงว่าถ้ากูมีรักยิ้มแบบมึงอะกูจะน่ารักเหมือนมึงปะวะ
Seriously, everything about Bad Buddy is amazing. I never thought I would make a whole section of one of these videos about ads. But can we talk about how good the sponsorships are? Anyone that's watched a fair share of BLs, especially GMMTV ones, knows how awkward, random and cringe their sponsorships can get. It's so bad that I either bust out laughing or have to fast forward through it. But they did something with this series. The product placements are so well weaved into the story. Obviously it's still very clear that it's an ad because it has to be that way, but I didn't cringe once. I might actually have to go buy myself some of those seaweed snacks. Genius product placement really. I have to applaud the Bad Buddy team. That's all for today's review. I know it's been almost a whole year since I last uploaded. I've just had a really rough year. I tested positive for the day I posted my last video. I needed some time off to recover and get back to myself after that. It took way longer than I thought it would. Once I finally felt somewhat healthy again and got back into my school and work routine, some other stuff happened in my personal life. I was just really struggling all year and couldn't find or make time for this channel. And when I did have a little time and motivation to make something, I couldn't since I hadn't had the chance to watch any new series to comment on. Earlier I said I watched 4 BLs this year, but I only fully watched 1000 Stars and Light on Me. I stopped watching Lovely Writer right at the end. I think there's like 2 episodes I haven't seen, and the 4th I counted was Bad Buddy, which obviously isn't done airing yet. So I need to catch up on shows to make my annual end of the year ranking videos. I'll make a pinned comment on this video. Please recommend me some series to watch and video ideas if you have any. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye my loves.